This is the CHRILLCAST. I am Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Slipspace Entertainment.
And what is Slipspace Entertainment all about? What's your elevator pitch here, buddy?
All right, so at Slipspace Entertainment, we make a lot of Halo memes here, usually keeping them pretty short, typically under 60 seconds long. Just little snack-sized bits of laughter and hilarity. So if you ever just only got a minute and you want to laugh during that minute, then go watch some Slipspace Entertainment videos. And if you love Halo,
What did you say on one of the other videos? Like, come, laugh, leave.
Yeah, that's right.
come laugh, leave. So then
Love it.
overstay its welcome. You get to sit there, go ha ha, and leave or whatever. Or you can watch another if you want. You can always it can be a rabbit hole because like, oh, one more. It's only 30 seconds. It's like junk food.
One more chip out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is a subject Will and I have kind of covered before. I'll give a link to this video. It's a video Arrrash did with us and a couple other YouTubers
I forgot that we did this.
where we did a spin-offs video. We discussed some of our favorite ideas for spin-off games. And I kind of want to re-explore that because I feel like my answer wasn't very good personally. I think Will's was pretty good, and he'll probably go over that again. But basically, what kind of a Halo spin-off game do we want, and what would get us to pre-order it? So, whether that's a pre-order bonus, like a statue of the Flood or something, I don't know. But, what game would you like to see in a spin-off in the Halo universe? So, who wants to go first on this?
I'll go first. So I know I've said this in multiple videos, but like I really want to. I even tweeted it one time. Is I would love to see a follow-up to ODST set right after. I believe it's the level's called the Flood, right? Or Floodgate in Halo 3, when the Flood landed on Earth, and have it set during that time period where, like, it's already at night. It's already got the spooky atmosphere. Mm-hmm. You can have it where your crew is split up again. And then you have like the added horror of the Flood. And what I really want though is like, instead of just having like the moody jazz music this time, have it like really like more of a horror game, because you're actually experiencing like people being torn apart by the Flood, and you see like your crewmates like having the Flood like burst out of them and stuff. I think that'd be really, really cool. And as far as a pre-order bonus, I want Sergeant Johnson again. As a pre-order. And then I don't know, I always like physical stuff, so whether that is, a map wouldn't really make sense for Halo, but I don't know,
but maybe a map of the area you're in for the level. It depends on how you do the Flood game, right?
Yeah, so if you really want to if you really want to take the original ODST and like really expand it, like sort of like what they're doing with Infinite, and make it more open world, a map would be cool. And then also say like, I don't know, a statue with a Marine that's like slowly being taken over by the Flood. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe you could have like a sort of like a Dead Rising sort of thing where you have like a home base and you go out and like collect stuff for your people and come back. It's like open world, collecting stuff, finding your team, like you said, solving some mystery. Like, what is this? Because nobody really knew about the Flood at the time. It's like, what the heck is going on?
Yes, that'd be cool. Yeah, you're right. Probably many of the ODSTs in the area at the time would have no idea what that is. They probably weren't briefed about the original Halo ring.
Yeah, it's like very limited information. So I think it'd be a really cool take on like people just having no idea what it is, because even like when the Flood's introduced, it's like, you don't know what's going on, but you don't really get anybody else's like input, because it's just you and Cortana, then everybody else is already briefed on it. Even like in Halo 2, Johnson, he dealt with it, but doesn't react when he sees it or anything. It's like everybody already knows about it, so you don't get anybody's like real initial reactions other than like that short recording in Halo 1 where people are like, ay caramba, and that guy runs off or whatever.
Yeah.
Loco!
Yeah. Well, you have like in Halo 3 when you have the Marine, like, and the scared Marine from Halo 3 can actually make an appearance. He was like, oh, their voices.
Oh yeah. I always just put like a sofa in front of him and just hide him behind it and just out of sight, out of mind. He probably just gets glassed like 20 minutes later.
What about you, Mr. Slipspace? You got an idea?
Like I said earlier this week with I love space, and even Halo Wars 3 was supposed to apparently have some space combat like thing, and I think, I'm into RTS, and I think space battles are just really cool, and there's not enough space in Halo for being pretty much like a sci-fi for being a sci-fi game, there's just not enough stuff that takes place in space. So I'd really just love, whether it be, I mean, I guess like commanding a fleet of ships and just fighting against. I mean, have two different campaigns of being in the Covenant and then being the UNSC or something. I think would be really interesting. Uh, so something along that nature of just something to do with fleets. The ships just I feel like like don't get enough time in the spotlight. So definitely love something like that. I can't really describe how the gameplay would really work. Maybe something like uh, Eve or whatever. But I guess a pre-order bonus would pretty much be like a maybe like a figurine of a ship or something would be pretty sweet.
Oh my gosh, that would be legit.
Like I would definitely that'd be sitting like on my desk or on my shelf right here. That'd be the best thing ever.
Yeah, really cool.
I'm not sure what exactly is going on screen here, but I've been like playing with my mind a little bit with some custom Warthog games would be fun, like a Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts style thing with the Halo Warthog. But that'd be kind of more of a meme game and not like a true spin-off Halo game. I also thought like the Mario Kart thing would be cool, but that also was more of a meme game than a real game. What I would kind of like to see is some kind of a shipbuilding game, like freighter style, and then like space battles combination. That'd be pretty cool. But if I had to pick something that's completely different from the rest of what you guys have already said, I would love to see kind of a primitive game set on like a Sangheili or a Forerunner world, because there is such a giant space of time prior to the Halo games that you could easily capitalize on and make it more of an action adventure style game, especially pre-Covenant when the Sangheili are kind of being invaded and being forced to join the Covenant. That'd be an interesting place in the Halo timeline to explore and kind of do something in. So I would like to see kind of, maybe not Dark Souls, I know I mentioned that before, but it could be more of a Breath of the Wild style game where you're playing as a Sangheili and you're trying to muster up the forces to go fight the doom and gloom that's coming. So I don't know. I think that'd be pretty neat. Play kind of a
like,
primitive Sangheili game.
Halo could definitely. I mean, it already kind of dabbles in it, right? But it's like I feel like there could definitely be a Halo game in like third person that works perfectly fine. That could be a type of adventure, open world sort of thing. And it's like, you know, Halo always the main franchise, always in first person and whatnot. But it's like sometimes when you go into theater, it's like it seems like Halo has a lot of things in mind of how doing stuff in third person works. I mean, I know already vehicles and like being on a turret and stuff like that already puts you in third person. It's like I feel like there could be some interesting games that they could make like that. Or like if you wanted like an open world type thing, they have that one planet Venezia or whatever that's like kind of like a lawless sort of town on the planet that where it's like a mixture of all of the races, and it's like that could be a really interesting setting. Like they have everybody there, and it's like you could have a sort of cyberpunk GTA whatever like open world.
Yeah,
it'd be a pretty sweet area that you could just expand on and make anything with.
I'm just picturing
far cry from, you know, what Halo usually is, but I mean, I would love that. I want it to be like way different, but just in the same universe. I think that'd be cool.
Or even just like pre-Halo, you have just the what is it, the initial contact with the Covenant from the humans. I'm trying to remember what that's called. That could be an interesting
Contact Harvest.
That could be an interesting game.
Yeah, I wish they went through more things that, like, I mean, it could be the regular Halo formula, just have it like throughout the Covenant War or something. Like, yeah, have, if you wanted to even just put it all into one, you could have different chapters of time in battles and stuff like that. I would just love to see more of the war that wasn't just 2552 and on.
Can you imagine if they did like the Sergeant Johnson Chronicles pre-Halo?
Yeah, it'd be so cool.
Like, see what.
Or the Forerunner Saga, that would be cool too.
That would be cool too, but
Interplanetary Wars, but that's just Call of Duty, like Infinite Warfare.
The Forerunner Saga truly would be a fun game to play, but you know how it ends. That's the part that sucks. You know, like you know.
Well, Reach is still good, and you know exactly how it's gonna end.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I would love to play. I don't know if who you would play as though in the Forerunner Saga, because I don't know if there's enough action content in that.
You should play like in Battlefield, where you jump between characters and perspectives.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Like I like the adventure aesthetic. Like if
Yeah.
you're playing as Chakas, exploring the ring, that'd be kind of a cool game. But I'm not sure exactly what you would do to fill enough content for a full-on video game on it.
You can have it where, you play as one character, and say like they have a pretty high health bar, so you last for a while. But as you're completing missions, and if you die, the grave mind will absorb those memories and taunt you with them later. A different character. I think that'd be cool.
Although if you played as Chakas, you could make mistakes in like a Telltale style thing. Like when they go find the Proto Grave Mind, that could be a mistake they could make where you could accidentally get absorbed into the Proto Grave Mind.
Yeah, I feel like they could easily make some type of like Halo, like a Telltale sort of thing where it's just like you're just somebody in the Halo universe, whether it be like Covenant, Human, Forerunner, whatever. It's like it'd be a pretty like, I feel like something that Microsoft could easily pull off and do. It's like, sure, it wouldn't be super action based, but it's like, it doesn't matter. I mean, even Borderlands did it, and I thought Borderlands
Tales from the Borderlands was fantastic.
Yeah, I thought that was like amazing. It's like they could easily do something like that with Halo. Like whether you could be somebody like in Oni making like some like decisions about some crazy stuff. And I think that'd just be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to say? Any other spin-offs you'd like to see?
It's not really a spin-off, but did you see a Sent Hyperion's video recently?
No.
Where he basically like rewrote Halo 4 and 5 story.
Yeah,
those games.
I saw that.
Just rewrite the.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I saw. I think you posted that. Yeah, on Twitter. So I did see that. Yep.
I'll have to see that because I'm interested. I don't want 4 and 5 to be canon, really.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, it keeps the major beats of the stories, but actually makes it where they make sense and they like go together. It's great. And then you can just imagine better gameplay, and it's perfect.
Yeah, then you just imagine a better game. It's great.
All right. Anything else you guys want to say?
I think I got mine out of the way. Yeah,
I'll take that Megablox game. That looked fun.
Wait, yeah, I want that Megablox game. that was cool. I don't know why they stopped that.
Oh no.
See if I can find the commercial for it.
It was very, different than any of the other like Lego games. It was like it was such a different take on it. It's like I don't know if they canceled it because they thought it wouldn't sell well because it's like, well, we're trying to make like this Lego game for this M-rated game is weird.
I think I think the reason they didn't make this, and I could be completely wrong on this, but around the same time that this was being developed, a game that looked almost identical to this was the Metroid Federation Space Hunters or whatever, where it was on the 3DS and it had almost identical suits and everything. And I think they were worried about looking too much like that. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but
yeah, no one bought that game. There's no way they were worried about that. Metroid Hunters, I think it's called.
It's a similar game if you watch it.
I mean, I don't know if they could sell that Megablox game for $60, but.
Well, they have a perfect vehicle for games like this now with Game Pass. So they can do a bunch of weird stuff and just like release it for free in Game Pass.
Yeah, that's true. They got like a pass to do a lot of this experimental stuff. I mean, I'm really into experimental stuff with Halo. I think it's like, you have the main lines and then the spin-offs, and the spin-offs can be whatever. I don't like when like 343 does a lot of experimenting, but I don't like the amount of experimenting that they do
with the main game.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna prod and like do whatever and like try and experiment something, like do it in the spin-offs. Nobody cares. It's like, I didn't like it that much, but it's a spin-off, so you get no damage happens to the main line.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna experiment, please try to avoid it in the main line. 343 hasn't really made any spin-offs, I guess, other than Halo Wars 2.
Yep.
Yeah, but they have the 2 twin stick shooters, but I never played them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the Spartan Assault and that. Yeah.
I played those just so that way I could say I've still played all the Halo games.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're getting kind of off base here, so I'm just gonna say thank you for being on here again with us, Mr. Slipspace. I really appreciate it. And
yeah, glad you had me on.
We'll have to do it again in the future, especially when we do some of our experimentation in the future. So
yeah, for sure.
As always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Slipspace Entertainment.
And we will see you
on next CHRILLCAST. Bye, guys.